Try to balance these reactions. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Start balancing. Try all, then we'll discuss.
So, so done till fifth one. Can you
Okay.
start?
Yeah.
Sir, can you please show 10th for now?
So can you show question? Yes, sir. So,
Sir, done all the equations.
Okay. So let's start discussing. Okay, first one, I'll
Can
put
I tell?
2 here and 2 here. It's
So
balanced.
2SO2. So can I tell?
Yeah, yeah, sir.
2SO2 plus O2 gives SO3.
2 SO3.
Yes, so 2SO. Sorry.
Yeah. So 2 into 2, 4 oxygen atoms here, and 2 oxygen atoms as of 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. And here 2 into 3 oxygen atoms. That's also 6. Similarly, sulfur, here you have 2 sulfur atoms. Here also you have 2 sulfur atoms. It's balanced. Next one. Okay. Remember one shortcut. Whenever you get a question where carbon is present, then immediately start balancing carbon first. So here carbon is present. There are 12 carbon atoms in total. So here I will write 12. Always start with carbon for balancing. Now, hydrogen. There are 22 hydrogen atoms here. So here I have only 2. So I will write 11 here. So 11
Can I
into 2.
tell?
Yeah, yeah, same.
C12H22O11 plus 12O2 gives 12CO2 plus 11H2O.
Okay, right. So here oxygen atoms. Here I have 12 into 2, 24 oxygen atoms. Plus here I have 11. So 24 plus 11 is 35. And here also I have 11 already. So I need 24 more. If I add 12 here, this becomes 12 into 2, 24. So 24 plus 11 is 35. Now it's balanced. So always remember this. Whenever you have a reaction containing carbon, balance carbon first. Next one. Third one.
2NO plus O2 gives 2NO2.
Okay. Nitrogen I'll put 2. Here also I'll put 2. So nitrogen is balanced. If I look at oxygen, here 2 oxygen atoms, here also 2 oxygen atoms. So 2 plus 2, 4 oxygen atoms on the left hand side. On the right hand side also I have 2 into 2, 4 oxygen atoms. So it's balanced. Fourth one.
So self-balanced.
Fourth one, if I look at here I have magnesium
Already
1 atom,
balanced.
here I have magnesium 1 atom. I have 2 atoms of hydrogen here. I have 2 atoms of hydrogen here as well because 2 is written outside the bracket. I have 1 oxygen atom here and 1 oxygen atom here. So 1 plus 1 becomes 2 oxygen atoms in total on the left hand side. Here also I have 2 oxygen atoms because 2 is written outside the brackets. So it's already balanced, and since it's already balanced, I need not make efforts in balancing it. So fourth is already balanced. No need to balance it again. Fifth one. Again you have carbon atom. So start with carbon.
So can I tell fifth one?
Yes.
So I got 2C2H2 plus 5O2 gives 4CO2 plus 2H2O.
Yeah, okay. So let's start with carbon. I have 2 atoms of carbon on the left hand side, and here I have only 1 atom of carbon, so I'll write 2 here so that carbon becomes 2. So carbon has been balanced already. Let's look at hydrogen atoms. I have 2 hydrogen atoms here on the left hand side, and I have 2 hydrogen atoms here as well. That means hydrogen is already balanced. Let's look at oxygen. I have 2 oxygen atoms on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I have 2 into 2, 4 plus 1 from here, and the total number is 5 oxygen atoms on the right hand side of the reaction. So oxygen needs to be balanced because I have 5 oxygen atoms on the right hand side and I have only 2 oxygen atoms on the left hand side. So in order to make 2 equal to 5, I can multiply this by 5 by 2. So now 5 by 2 multiplied by 2 will be 5. So now I have 5 oxygen atoms on the left hand side as well. And on the right hand side also I have 5 oxygen atoms. So this is also a correct way of balancing. The other way is to look at the entire equation and multiply the entire equation by a suitable number, because I see a fraction here. If you are not happy to see the fraction, you can multiply the entire reaction by 2. In that case, this 5 by 2 also will be omitted. It will get converted to 5. If I multiply the entire equation by 2, so here I have to put 2. 5 by 2 into 2 will be 5. 2 into 2 will be 4, and 1 into 2 will be 2. Now also it is a correct balanced equation. This is also correct. The previous one was also correct. That is when we had a 5 by 2 here. That was also correct. Try the sixth one.
There are only 2 KOH we have to write.
Okay. So potassium is only one atom of potassium, and I have 2 atoms of potassium here. I make potassium 2 now. So potassium is balanced. Let's look at oxygen. So now oxygen here becomes 2 oxygen atoms. And here also I have 2 oxygen atoms. 2 plus 2, 4. So 4 oxygen atoms on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I have 3 oxygen atoms and here 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. That means oxygen has been balanced. Sulfur. I have 1 sulfur atom here. I have 1 sulfur atom here as well. So sulfur is also balanced. I have 2 hydrogen atoms here. I have 2 hydrogen atoms here. So hydrogen is also balanced. So now it is completely balanced. Seventh one.
Rb2O plus 2HCl gives 2RbCl plus H2O.
Okay, correct. So Rb is rubidium. I see that there are 2 rubidium atoms on the left hand side, so I made 2 rubidium atoms on the right hand side as well. So rubidium has been balanced. Oxygen. I have 1 oxygen atom here. I have 1 oxygen atom here as well. So oxygen also is balanced. Coming to chlorine. I have 2 chlorine atoms here. That is on the right hand side. Why? Because already I have multiplied 2 here. If I have written 2 here. If I write 2 here, Rb becomes 2 and at the same time Cl also becomes 2. So chlorine atoms, now there are 2 chlorine atoms on the right hand side, but here I have only 1 chlorine atom. So I make this also 2. Now chlorine is also balanced. Hydrogen. Now I have 2 hydrogen atoms here and 2 hydrogen atoms here on the right hand side as well. So hydrogen also is balanced. So now it is balanced completely. Eighth one.
So can I tell?
Yes.
So P2O5 plus 3H2O gives 2H3PO4.
Yes, correct. So now you see, I have phosphorus, the 2 atoms of phosphorus on the left hand side. So here I have only 1 atom of phosphorus on the right hand side. In order to make phosphorus 2, I'll put 2 here. Now phosphorus has been balanced. On both sides, you have 2 phosphorus atoms. Coming to hydrogen. 2 into 3 is 6 hydrogen atoms on the right hand side. 2 into 3 is equal to 6 hydrogen atoms on the right hand side. On the left hand side, I have only 2 hydrogen atoms. I can multiply 3 here, so that now hydrogen is 6. So 3 into 2 is 6 here and 2 into 3 is 6 here. So hydrogen has been balanced. Oxygen. Here 5 oxygen atoms and here 3 oxygen atoms. So 5 plus 3, I have 8 oxygen atoms in total. 8. How 8 I repeat? You see 5 here and you see 3 here. So 5 plus 3 is 8 oxygen atoms on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I have 2 into 4, that is also 8. So 8 oxygen atoms on the right hand side as well. Now it is completely balanced because each and every element has been balanced. All right. Ninth one. Okay, let's complete the 10th one first. 10th one. Yeah, anybody for 10th?
Sir, it is 2C2H2OH plus 2K gives 2C2H5 plus 1H2.
Okay. So carbon, I see carbon. So first look at carbon because carbon is present. 2 atoms of carbon are present on the left hand side, 2 atoms of carbon are present on the right hand side. So carbon is balanced. Let's look at hydrogen atoms. I have 5 plus 1. This is 5 and this is 1. So 6 hydrogen atoms on the left hand side. Right? I have 6 hydrogen atoms on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I have 5 here and 2 here. So 7 hydrogen atoms. So here 5 and here 2. That means I have 7 hydrogen atoms on the right hand side. I don't want 7 because here I have 5 plus 1, that is 6. What I can do is, if I multiply this by half, then here I have 5 and here I have half into 2. That is 5 plus 1, which is 6. So now hydrogen also is balanced. Here also 6, here also 6. Let's look at potassium. K is potassium. 1 atom, here also 1 atom. So potassium is balanced. Oxygen. 1 atom of oxygen here, 1 atom of oxygen here. So oxygen also is balanced. Now it's balanced completely. Or if you don't want to keep that half, you can multiply the entire equation by 2. If I multiply the entire equation by 2, I'll get this. The entire equation has been multiplied by 2. Now I get this. This is also correct, this is also correct. Both are fine. Ninth one.
It will be 6 NaOH plus 3 Cl2 gives 5 NaCl plus NaClO3 gives 2 H2O.
No, 1 point is wrong. That's all correct. You have made 1 mistake. Check it again.
Sorry, it is 3 H2O.
Yes, correct. Okay, let's see. Now see, I have 1 sodium atom here. I have 1 plus 1, 2 sodium atoms. So sodium is not balanced. Since sodium is not balanced, let's try to balance that. So 1 sodium here and 2 sodiums total on the right hand side. In order to make sodium atoms equal to 2, I will put 2 here. So now sodium is balanced because I have two sodium atoms on both sides. Let's look at oxygen. So I have two oxygen atoms here. So on the left hand side I have two oxygen atoms. On the right hand side I have 3 plus 1, that is 4 oxygen atoms. Right? That means oxygen is not balanced. So here oxygen is 2, but on the right hand side oxygen is 3 plus 1, 4. So 2 and 4 are not same. That means oxygen is not yet balanced. So chlorine, now let's see chlorine. There are two chlorine atoms on the left hand side. Also there are two chlorine atoms on the right hand side. So chlorine is balanced. So we see that everything is balanced except for oxygen. So oxygen has to be balanced. Now, in order to balance oxygen, let's change the numbers again. Here 3 plus 1, 4, and here 2. So then, if I want to make oxygen equal to 4, because here also I have 4, then one possibility could be this. One possibility could be this. Now oxygen is balanced. But let's look at the other things now. Now if I look at hydrogen. So here I have 4 hydrogen atoms. Here I have 2 hydrogen atoms. So hydrogen is not balanced now. That means oxygen got balanced, but hydrogen is not getting balanced. So that's the problem. That means this also is not a correct number. So it's like a trial and error method. So if you're trying to balance oxygen, then hydrogen gets disturbed. If you're trying to balance hydrogen, oxygen is getting disturbed. But that's not the way. We have to balance both. In fact, we have to balance all the atoms present in the equation. So let's again change this number. The next number I'll put is 6. I'm going even number wise. So 2 initially I put, nothing happened. I put 4, nothing happened. Now I put 6. Try to put even numbers if nothing else happens. Keep increasing the numbers from 2. Starting with 2, you can keep increasing. So now I put 6. Now hydrogen is 6. And oxygen also is 6 on the left hand side. Let's look at the right hand side. Oxygen is 3 plus 1, 4. I have 6 oxygen here and I have 4 oxygen on the right hand side. So if I want to make oxygen 6 here, already have 3 here. 3 plus 3 will be equal to 6. So if I put 3 here, now oxygen has become balanced. Let's look at hydrogen. I have here 6 hydrogen atoms, and also here I have 6 hydrogen atoms because 3 into 2 is also equal to 6. That means now I see that both hydrogen as well as oxygen atoms have been balanced. Both hydrogen as well as oxygen atoms have been balanced. Let's look at sodium now. Sodium, I have 6 sodium atoms on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I have 2 sodium atoms. So I'll change the number of sodium atoms on the right hand side. I'll make it equal to 6 because I have 6 sodium atoms on the left hand side. What is the possibility? One possibility is I make 5 here and 1 here. So now sodium is 6 on both sides. But Then oxygen again has got disturbed because now oxygen here is 5 into 3, 15 plus here 3. So 18 oxygen atoms I have on the right hand side, and here I have 6 oxygen atoms. So oxygen is not balanced. So let's not put any 5 here, because if we put 5 there, then oxygen is getting disturbed. So let's do one thing now. Let's put 5 here. Now sodium is 5 plus 1, 6. So now sodium is balanced on both sides. And also oxygen remains balanced on both sides, because here 3 plus 3, 6 oxygen atoms I have on the right hand side. And here also I have 6 oxygen atoms on the left hand side. Everything is balanced. Let's check chlorine now. Here 5 chlorine atoms I have, and here I have 1 chlorine atom. So 5 plus 1, 6 chlorine atoms are present on the right hand side. I have 2 chlorine atoms on the left hand side. I can multiply here 3, so that 3 into 2 becomes equal to 6. Now everything is balanced. So it is just trial and error. All right. Anybody has any doubt? Okay. So equations have been balanced.
An outgrowth is formed, the nucleus.
Now see, if I ask you to write some names of acids, or rather the other way around, if I give the names and if I ask you to write the formula, let's do that now. So first one. So question is, write the formula of the following compounds.
सर
Yes.
So what was the third
सर
one?
चौक और मार्बल एक ही है ना?
Hmm.
Sir, what is the third one?
Alumina. आंसर्स बाद में बताऊंगा.
Sir, what is the eighth one?
Yeah, just wait. Start. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Complete in 5 minutes.
सर लिटिल बिट स्क्रॉल डाउन.
So what is the eighth one? Thank you, sir.
Sir, please scroll down.
So, so can you show 10th onwards all the questions? Thank you, sir. Sir, done.
Done, sir.
Sir, 1 minute.
All right. So we will discuss the answers. What is the first one?
CaO.
Okay.
So can I say second?
Yeah, say.
Na2CO3.
Right. Third one.
Al2O3.
So alumina is aluminium oxide. Aluminium oxide is this. Fourth one.
CaCO3.
Yeah, calcium carbonate. Chalk also is same.
Yes.
Okay.
So can
Sixth one.
HCOOH.
plus CH2O2.
HCOOH.
Oh, okay.
ऐसे ही लिखना है आपको और किसी फॉर्म में लिखना अलाउड नहीं है.
Okay, sir.
So sixth one is this. Seventh one.
KOH.
Caustic potash is KOH. Oxalic acid. Eighth one.
C2H2O4.
ऐसे नहीं लिखना है, ऐसे लिखना है. ऐसे लिखो. हाँ, 10th में कुछ बुक्स में you will find this. Okay, but you cannot write like this. This is wrong. Ninth one.
CH2O.
नहीं, ऐसे नहीं लिखना है, ऐसे लिखना है. Keep these things in mind. Okay, ऐसे लिखना पड़ेगा formaldehyde को. Tenth one.
FeSO4 into 7H2O.
नहीं, into नहीं बोलना है, डॉट बोलना है. वो into नहीं है, वो added है, एक साथ है. So FeSO4 dot 7H2.
Sir, 11th is H3PO3.
Yes. 11th is H3PO3. Correct. 12th one.
H3PO4.
Yes. 13th one.
CH3, which is in bracket 2, that is CH3 2 CH3 2
2
CO.
मत बोलो, बोलो ट्वाइस. ब्रैकेट जब होता है ना तो 2 नहीं बोल सकते, ट्वाइस बोलना पड़ेगा. So CH3 twice, or can write like this. ऐसे लिखना है, दोनों ही सही है.
So I have a doubt in this
Yes,
one. Sir,
yes.
in acetone, can we write C3H60?
No, you cannot write.
Okay.
यही दो तरीके हैं. Fourteenth one.
H2SO4.
Yeah, sulfuric acid is also called oil of vitriol. 15th one. What is the 15th one? So K2SO4 dot Al2SO4 thrice dot 24H2O. This is the 15th one. It's a very large combination. So it's a combination of two different salts. One is K2SO4 and one is Al2SO4 thrice. And also you have 24 molecules of water of crystallization attached. The entire thing is called potash alum.
So can I tell 16?
Yeah, 16th one.
So C12H22O11.
Correct. Also called sucrose. It's also called sucrose. Seventeenth one. This is again a combination of salts. More salt.
CHCI3.
18th one.
CHCl3.
CHCl3 chloroform. CHCl3. Now what should be iodoform then?
CHN3.
CHI3.
I3.
Just replace chlorine with iodine. That's all. So what should be bromoform then?
CHBr3.
Correct. So iodoform is CHI3, chloroform is CHCl3, bromoform is CHBr3. Carbonic acid.
H2CO3.
H2CO3. Okay. Okay, try this.
Sir, done.
Done, sir.
So what is the 21st one?
Sir, it is NaHCO3.
Yes, it's NaHCO. Second one.
So
NaCl.
NaCl.
23rd.
So C2H2.
C2H2.
Okay. 24th.
C2H4.
C2H4.
25th.
C6H6.
Yes, C6H6. Try this.
So, except 27 done all.
Okay, what is 26th one?
Sir, H2SO.
H2SO.
H2SO3, sir. SO3.
28th one?
Sir, CaCO3.
No,
K2CO3.
K2CO3.
Oh, sorry, sir. Sir.
29th.
C8H14.
C8H. Okay. 30th one?
C3H6.
Correct. 27th.
HClO4.
Yes. So if I ask you per iodic acid, then
HiO4.
O4.
yes, HiO4 if it is per iodic acid. If I ask you then butylene, so what is butylene?
C4H8.
C4H8 will be butylene. What about this one?
Sir, Na2O2.
So Na2O2. Then what should be this?
Ba2O2. BaO2.
Okay, so now it will be easy. Once you know sodium peroxide, from that you can find out the formula for barium peroxide. Now, what is sodium peroxide? Sodium has a valency of +1. This I have told you last time. Earlier I have told you. So this is sodium. Peroxide is this. This is called peroxide. This 2 will go here, this 1 will go here. That is why you get Na2O2. So this is sodium peroxide. Coming to barium. Barium has valency of +2. Peroxide again will be this. This 2 will go here, this 2 will go here. So Ba2O2 twice. 2 cancelled. So it is BaO2.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, actually I have doubts in this carbon and compounds.
Yeah. Tell me.
So can you please tell me when we'll be doing that chapter?
We will start with this chapter after all these things. Whatever we finished today, this was just for your revision.
Okay, sir.
Now you can ask doubts. If you want, you can ask now also. Yeah, tell me your doubts. Of- Yeah, tell me. What are your doubts from that chapter?
Sir, can I ask one doubt from the same chapter?
Yeah, ask.
Sir, I
Yes,
have a
ask.
doubt in IUPAC nomenclature. Sir, in which
Yeah,
it says that means you should take the side from means we should take the carbon atom which is closest. Suppose it is a
okay, okay.
sir, it is suppose a carbon with four atoms. So if the second atom has a hydrogen attached to it or OH attached to it, then we say it means we add the number two. So likewise in a five carbon atom, if the third carbon atom is attached with some other like OH or anything else, then what will we name it?
Okay. This way, right? So start numbering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also start from the other end and check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here it doesn't make a difference because the number is same irrespective of the side that you choose to start the numbering. In that case, anything can be chosen. Either you go this way or you go this way. Both are giving you the same position of carbon atom which has OH attached. So it's third carbon atom here. But if it is this way, one way could be this, one way could be this. But only one possibility is correct. We cannot say that both are correct. Why? Because now the carbon to which OH is attached is getting different numbers. If I go from left to right, the number is 4. If I go from right to left, the number of carbon getting OH is 2. So which one is correct?
2.
Yeah, because 2 is lower than 4. That's the rule. So this one is, this way of numbering is correct.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the name? Let's write the name now. For the first one, the name will be what? There are 5 carbon atoms. So pent, right? Pentan, 3, ol. Ol is for alcohol. OH is called alcoholic group. So ol. Now tell me what should be the name for this one.
Pentan 2 oil.
Yes, correct. It will be pentan 2 ol. This can also be written like this. Both the ways are correct. Yes. Any other doubt? Yes, there was another person who had doubts from this chapter, right? Okay, write down the IUPAC names of this. Yes. Try to write down the IUPAC names for this. Start.
Sir, like we have to write like bromethane, or we have to like means we have to write like uh, means we have to write in the sequence as you told, 2 pentanol or like that.
Now you tell me that it is IUPAC. So write as per the IUPAC rules. There is only one IUPAC name, which is correct. You cannot have more than one IUPAC name. First one.
Bromethane.
So
Bromomethane.
only one carbon atom is there. That means meth will be the word. Bromine, so bromo. Bromo, methane. Second one.
Chloroethane.
Yeah, chloro. There are two carbon atoms, one, two. So ethane. Third one.
Propanol.
So here one, two, three. Three carbon atoms. So pro alcohol, OH. So propanol. Fourth one.
Chloromethane.
Chloromethane will be
Chloroform.
CH3Cl. You have three chlorine atoms. So try chloromethane. There are three chlorine atoms. So try chloro. Fifth one.
Propanoic acid.
Propanoic acid.
Here one carbon, two carbon, three carbon. So propanoic acid. Check the spellings. Sixth one.
Acetylhydride.
You have one carbon atom here, two carbon atoms. So two, so it ethanol. Al you write because it's CHO. CHO stands for aldehyde. So you write al. What about this one? Compare seventh one and the first one. First देखो और seventh देखो and then tell me. क्या होगा?
4 bromo 2 in.
यहाँ पे नंबर करोगे, यहाँ से भी नंबर करोगे, दोनों से सेम पोजीशन पे आ रहा है, तो वही होगा 2 bromo propane. Why propane? Because there are 3 carbon atoms. 2 bromo propane. 2 indicates the position of the carbon which has the bromine atom. Eighth one. Okay, try the ninth one first and then you can try the eighth one.
The eighth one I think is 2 pentanone.
Correct. So eighth one is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. यहाँ से देखो 5 so pent. CO जो होता है उसको बोलते हैं कीटोन, ऐसे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं CO. So 2 second position पे CO है, so 2 pentanone. ONE is used if it's a ketone. Two pentanone.
So 9 is 2 propanone.
What about the ninth one?
2 propanone.
Now remember one thing. We do not write 2-propanone, it is just propanone. It's by default understood. So for 9th and 10th, you do not mention the positions of the carbon to which oxygen is attached. So what should be this one? Just butanone. For these two ketones, you do not mention the positions. For all other ketones, you will have to mention the positions. So remember this. Eleventh one.
Sir, 11th methanoic acid.
One carbon atom, one means meth. It's COOH, so oic acid. Methanoic and then acid. What is this now? You have one oxygen atom which is attached to two different carbon atoms. So let's see. So 12th one. Look at the side which has more number of carbon atoms. But here you have equal number of carbon atoms on both sides of oxygen. So you can just write methoxymethane. Remember, this portion should have more number of carbon atoms. Now tell me the 13th one. What is the rule? The rule is this portion should have a greater number of carbon atoms. So look at each side of oxygen and then you decide. What should be the name of the 13th one? Which side has more number of carbon atoms in the 13th one? This is one portion. This is another portion. So what should I do? So in 12th and 13th, you will only look at one side of oxygen atom at a time. You will not look at all the carbon atoms at the same time. You will only look at one particular side. Either you look at the right hand side of oxygen atom or you look at the left hand side of the oxygen atom and then you decide which side has larger number of carbon atoms. So if I look at the 13th example, this side has more number of carbon atoms. There are two carbon atoms. And on the left hand side, I have only one carbon atom. So the right hand side of oxygen has a larger number of carbon atoms, and that is 2. So I will write ethane because it stands for 2 carbon atoms. And the other portion has only 1 carbon atom, so I will write methoxy. So the name is methoxyethane. This portion has a larger number of carbon atoms. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Such compounds are called ethers. What about the 14th one?
2-fluorobutane.
Yeah, correct.
Fluorobutane.
2-fluorobutane. Why 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2-fluorobutane.
So,
Yes.
so can you give these questions like this hydrogen gas combines with nitrogen to form ammonia like that?
मतलब क्या चाहिए एग्जैक्टली तुमको किस टाइप का मतलब केमिकल इक्वेशन लिखना है
Yes, sir.
ओके इसका क्या नाम होगा 15 वाले का यहाँ पे 1 यहाँ पे 2 यहाँ पे 3 ट्रिपल बॉन्ड है अगर तो अल्काइन होता है 3 माने प्रो एंड ट्रिपल बॉन्ड के
Propine.
लिए आइन व्हाट अबाउट दिस वन व्हाट अबाउट दिस वन
Butane.
no so again 1 2 3 4 so you will write but 2 ine why 2 ine second carbon atom has a triple bond so but2ine also called 2-butyne ऐसा भी हो सकता है लेकिन अगर ऐसा हो गया अगर ऐसा हो गया तो क्या लिखोगे तो सिर्फ लिखोगे आप ब्यूटाइन now is it clear the difference between butane and 2-butyne ओके वैसे ही अगर ये लिखा मैंने इसका सिर्फ होगा propene by in because of double bond अगर ऐसा लिखा तो क्या होगा ब्यूटीन बट अगर ऐसा लिखा तो अभी क्या होगा
2-butane.
2-butene.
यस ब्यूट 2 इन और
सर ऊपर भी वैसे ही है ना CH2 एक इस साइड है लेफ्ट साइड है और एक राइट साइड है
कौन सा
सर
यहाँ पे
19th वाले में
1 2 3 4 तो ये फर्स्ट कार्बन एटम के साथ डबल बॉन्ड है ना और ये सेकंड कार्बन एटम के साथ डबल बॉन्ड है
ओके सर
19th में कार्बन 1 जो मैंने लिखा है 1 उसी के साथ डबल बॉन्ड है 20th में जो कार्बन एटम 1 लिखा है मैंने क्या उसके साथ कोई डबल बॉन्ड है नहीं यहाँ पे सिंगल बॉन्ड है बट सेकंड कार्बन एटम जो है ये वाला यहाँ पे देखो डबल बॉन्ड है इसके लिए ब्यूट 2 इन क्लियर नाउ इज इट क्लियर 19th एंड 20th का डिफरेंस
यस सर
नंबर करके देखना पड़ेगा ओके नेक्स्ट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन A metal M combines with oxygen gas and burns try this one. Last question for the day.
Metal is magnesium.
Your M is magnesium. Sir, can you show the question? Whole question. Thank you.
सर MgO है.
Okay. So first of all, answer लिखो maybe.
Can I tell?
Yeah, say.
Sir, this chemical reaction would be 2 Mg plus O2 gives 2 MgO.
So reactions are, one is this, magnesium plus oxygen gives you magnesium oxide. I'll balance it. Okay.
Other reaction will be MgO plus H2O will give MgOH twice.
Yes, okay. So this is a base, but not an alkali. Correct. One more.
Sir, I think the time is over.
Yeah, just last one.
Okay, sir.
Not a. Any. Tell me now. What is the answer?
So can I try?
Yeah, say.
So NH3. So gives NH4Cl.
Yeah, correct. So in the next lecture, we'll start with carbon and its compounds. And also you can come with your doubts in case you have any doubt.
Thank you, sir. Have a good